Hi friends, happy June. Emily here. And today I wanted to film a quick video to share about events that are happening this month for my Your Stellar Center members, and also for anyone else to share about the drop-in opportunities, the classes and workshops that are available and open to the public, and also share what I'm doing in celebration or to honor or lean into Gemini season and what you can expect from me the next few weeks on YouTube and in my weekly email newsletter. So let's start with the events, what's happening this month in your Stellar Center. And I'll make sure to note which of these classes and workshops and rituals are available, how you can get access to all of these things. Your Stellar Center is open for enrollment at any time. So if you're interested in one or more of these classes, join the program. You can cancel at any time as well. But you're also welcome to drop in to something if you want to just get a taste. So this week, Thursday, June 3rd at 8 p.m., we have our monthly tarot happy hour that is available for drop-in. It's included in your Stellar Center membership. And the tarot happy hour is our place to pull cards and talk about tarot. Last month, I did some individual readings as it was a more intimate group. And I have a feeling it will be a more intimate group this month too. And we'll do more individual card readings. So if you're interested in tarot, if you're interested in connecting with me on that topic and connecting with others on that topic, join us for the Tarot Happy Hour. Drop-in tickets are $22 and you can get those on Eventbrite. Then June 8th, Tuesday, June 8th, we have our Gemini season coaching call. That's just for your Stellar Center members. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern at night. And we will be talking about anything that's come up this month connected to the Gemini energy, how we've all been learning about and leaning into Gemini, where it falls in our chart, and also an opportunity to receive some on-the-spot one-on-one coaching. On Thursday, June 10th, we have our second eclipse of this eclipse season. It's a new moon eclipse in Gemini. And in case you didn't know this, I record an audio ritual for each new and full moon. This is included in your Stellar Center membership. It's also included in like the Your Stellar Center Light membership called the Moon Rituals membership. So if you're interested in learning more about the moon and having a supportive tool to work with the new and full moon energy, either the Moon Rituals membership or joining your Stellar Center might be a great fit. Those rituals are audio files. They are sent out the morning of the moon and often include a meditation of some sort and journaling. Not available for drop-in at this point. So you either need to join the membership or join your Stellar Center, the Moon Rituals membership, or join your Stellar Center. Thursday, June 17th, we have our monthly intuitive business Q&A. And so this is our opportunity to talk shop, talk business. It's a 75-minute call available for drop-in, included in your Stellar Center. If you're doing any sort of business coaching package with me, it's included as well. So that's Thursday, the 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern. And on the 20th, it's like, oh, what's this? A Sunday event? On the 20th, I'm looking at my calendar. This is all listed out on my website, emilynahazel.com/your-stellar-center. If you're more of a visual person, there's also links to where you can get the drop-in tickets there and how you can sign up for your Stellar Center or the Moon Rituals membership. I will also link that within this video. So the 20th is when Cancer season begins, which we'll have a whole nother discussion about. I won't go into that too deeply, but if you are in your Stellar Center, that would be a great time to start to switch over from the Gemini materials into the Cancer materials. On the 24th, June 24th, which is a Thursday, lots of Thursday happenings this month. We have a full moon in Capricorn. So there will be an audio ritual for that will go out that morning to your Stellar Center members and Moon Ritual members. And then finally on the 29th of June, which is a Tuesday at 12 p.m., we're going to have our third session of Magic Body, where we talk all about intuitive well-being. And last month we talked about digestion and detox, and the topic of body image came up. And so that's what we're going to focus on this month: how we think about our bodies, how we think about ourselves, some problematic things that come in with body image. And then we're going to go into an exercise on rewriting your well-being story. So that's sure to be a very juicy call. That class is available for drop-in, also included in your Stellar Center. So that's the 29th at noon Eastern. And almost all of these classes, there is, except for the Tarot Happy Hour, almost all of these, every other class, there's a replay. So even if you can't join live, but you're interested in the body image conversation, or you're interested in the intuitive business Q&A, you can sign up, you can submit any questions in advance, and then you'll receive both the audio and video replay. So again, I'll link all that below. It's also always on my website, emilynahazel.com/your-stellar-center. So besides all of those happenings, I'm going to be releasing a series of videos this month that I'm super stoked about. Gemini is the communicator of the zodiac, and we're in Gemini season for most of this month, like I mentioned, up until the 20th. Gemini is the communicator of the zodiac. Something that we talk about in your Stellar Center is the power of telling stories, of sharing your story, of listening to stories. And I'm taking a twist on that this month and having some powerful conversations with women in my community on topics that I find interesting, and maybe even what we're talking about are pretty common topics for the most part, but providing a different or unique perspective through conversation on these topics. So these videos are going to be released to my YouTube on Fridays and also sent out to my email list. Our first conversation will be about immunity and immune health. And I know folks might be thinking, well, like immunity, we're coming out of a pandemic, we're in summer, it's not really cold and flu season. Is this something that's relevant? And the answer is yes. And we share more about that in the video, and how, and really what the things that you can do on a physical, on a spiritual, on an energetic level to support yourself from dis-ease year round. And there's also the woman that I'm interviewing is a doctor. And so she goes into, and not even interviewing, that I'm having conversation with, she goes into a great explanation of the immune system, what it is and how it actually works, which is so empowering. And I think that this is a theme of this month of these conversations, is that knowledge is power. When we know more about something, we can make a more informed choice. And with this conversation, with any of my work, I'm never trying to convince, for the most part, never trying to convince you to do something a certain way. It's simply to present the information, and perhaps more information than most of us are privy to or that have been taught, so that you can make a more informed decision, a more empowered decision that feels true to you. So that will come out on, where's my calendar now? On June 4th, I believe. All things always subject to change, because triple Pisces over here and Mercury in Pisces, I like to, fun fact, I never have my like content calendar for my business planned out like months in advance. Maybe I'll do the month in advance. And also I like to follow my gut in the moment as to what feels most important and most relevant. So the dates on these are subject to change, but they will all be released in the next 6 weeks or so. So that will be the conversation on immunity. I also have recorded a conversation with a fellow wellness practitioner who also happens to be a doula and birth educator on birth. And this might feel maybe out of scope for me. I mean, I'm here to talk about intuition and business, sometimes about well-being, astrology, all these things. But birth is something that I've been really interested in learning more about, and I share why in that video this last year and this year. And it does connect to how I teach and coach around business, and I share more about that in that video. And then finally, I'm having a conversation with a long-term one-on-one client who is an incredible coach. We have had some really interesting conversations in our coaching sessions about feminism and toxic feminism. We hear a lot about toxic patriarchy, but not so much about toxic feminism. And this conversation has come up again and again. And I asked her if she'd want to have a conversation with me publicly, recorded, because again, this isn't something that I hear talked about many other places. This idea of feminism, the parts of feminism that can be toxic or not supportive. Oftentimes we see feminism as a positive thing, a movement, empowering, but there's like a dark side or a shadow side, as there is with everything. And so we haven't recorded that conversation yet, so I can't tell you exactly what happens, but I'm sure it's going to be good, and that will be released later in the month. So I think that's all I wanted to share. For now, I'd love to hear from you. Always, if you have any questions, leave them on the video, or you can email me. There's a contact form on my website. Would love to have you in one of the live classes. Would obviously love to have you in your Stellar Center or the Moon Rituals membership. And whether any of these things land with you or not, I would love to hear what's been coming up for you or what you've been thinking about working with this Gemini season. Is this idea of communication and conversation and information exchange, is that something that's been, or even Gemini also speaks to our local communities. So I'm curious what's been coming up for you. Leave a comment on this video and let me know. We can continue the conversation there. All right, my friends, I'll see you on the internet somewhere. That's all for now.